Hello everyone! Today's video is extra special because I am thrilled to share with you an enchanting romance novel with you. Get ready to fall in love with the captivating story that will sweep you off your feet. Let's dive right in. When I first met Clara, she was standing in front of the kindergarten gate, holding her daughter's tiny hand. Her hair was a little messy, her eyes carried the weight of sleepless nights, and her smile, though faint, was the kind that could melt anyone. I was just a teacher at the school, fresh out of college, trying to make sense of the world. I wasn't looking for love, not seriously. But the moment Clara's eyes met mine, something stirred inside me, something that refused to quiet down. Even when I told myself it was impossible, she was a mother, she had a past, and I was just me. The more I saw her, the harder it was to pretend. She'd come every morning to drop off little Sophie, who would run into my arms with the kind of joy only kids know how to give. Clara would stand a little behind, clutching her coffee, always watching her daughter with pride, always keeping herself at a distance. One rainy afternoon, fate decided it was tired of my hesitation. Clara's car wouldn't start, and Sophie was shivering in her soaked pink jacket. Without thinking twice, I offered them a ride home. Her apartment was modest, but warm. Books stacked on shelves, drawings taped on the fridge, and a pair of tiny rain boots by the door. It was a home filled with love, even if Clara looked like she carried the world's burdens alone. "Thank you," she whispered as Sophie ran off to change into dry clothes. "You didn't have to." I shrugged, trying to hide how much her gratitude meant. "I wanted to." Her eyes lingered on me for just a second too long, and in that second, I saw it, the softness she tried to hide, the longing she tried to bury. Over the weeks, we started talking more. At first, it was small things, school updates, Sophie's progress, little jokes. Then it grew. She told me about her love for old music, how she missed painting, how she hadn't danced in years, and slowly, carefully, she let slip pieces of her past. Her ex had left before Sophie was even born. He hadn't wanted the responsibility, and Clara had built her world alone from that moment on. She carried no bitterness, only exhaustion and a fierce, unshakable love for her daughter. That night, lying awake in my apartment, I realized I didn't care about her past. I cared about her smile, her strength, her kindness, and maybe, just maybe, I cared about her in a way I couldn't ignore anymore. But it wasn't easy. I knew she was scared. I knew she thought love wasn't meant for her anymore, that being a single mom meant no one would look at her the same way again. And I was terrified too. What if she rejected me? What if I ruined the fragile bond we had built? The breaking point came at the school's spring fair. Sophie insisted I ride the carousel with her, and Clara stood by the fence, laughing, truly laughing, as she watched us spin. My chest tightened. That sound, that smilet, was everything. When the ride ended, Sophie ran ahead to get cotton candy, leaving Clara and me standing side by side. The world around us buzzed with noise, but it felt like we were in a bubble. "You're amazing with her," Clara said softly. I turned to her, heart pounding. "And you're amazing, Clara. You've given her everything, even when it meant giving up pieces of yourself." I took a shaky breath. "I don't care about your past. I care about you. And every time I see you, my heart just racists. Her eyes widened. For a moment, I thought I had ruined everything. Then she stepped closer. "You don't know what you're asking," she whispered. "Loving me means loving Sophie too. It means accepting that I'm not simple." I smiled, even though my hands were trembling. "Then maybe I don't want simple. Maybe I want real." Her lips parted, and in the middle of the fairground chaos, Clara kissed me. It wasn't desperate. It wasn't rushed. It was gentle, trembling, like someone finally daring to hope again. From that day, things didn't suddenly become easy. There were sleepless nights, responsibilities, moments of doubt, but there was also laughter, warmth, and love that grew stronger every day. Sophie began calling me her second mom before I even knew how to process it. Clara would blush when I held her hand in public, but she didn't pull away. And me, I realized that sometimes the best love stories aren't the ones you plan for. They're the ones that come with a past, a child, and a future you never expected but wouldn't trade for anything. Because Clara wasn't just the woman I fell in love with. She was a woman who taught me that love doesn't care about what came before, only what you're willing to build together. The end